Hey everyone, so it's taking me a couple of days to record this video. I just haven't had the energy or time or whatever to do it. It's been very hectic here, and when I get like to like my last stage, like my last like part of the day where all the energy I use for the day comes crashing down on me, it's really hard for me to like kind of take the time to talk during a video. So I'm gonna do it now before I get too bad. Anyways, I wanted to make this video about my CFS. I'm making it because I think a lot of people don't know what it is and are not very informed. So I figured maybe if I document it, like people will be a little more informed about it. Um, I was perfectly fine. I mean, I don't want to say perfectly fine. Like I've had like symptoms my whole life, but they're kind of very like little symptoms. Like it was always kind of brushed off as insomnia, or it was just my anxiety or my depression, whatever. Like they were kind of just brushed off as little things that I would treat, and they did get better as it went along. But I was still like masking them. And then one day, out of like nowhere, in September of last year, which is September 2019, I got really sick, like really sick. Like I started getting these thunderclap headaches, and then I was throwing up. I was so nauseous, and I would lay on the floor, just literally in pain, crying. Like I had no idea what was wrong with me. And after a couple of days of dealing with this, I went to work, and it felt like I was having a stroke. And I went to the ER, and they just brushed it off as high blood pressure, which is weird because my blood pressure is typically low. So the high to have high blood pressure for me was very abnormal, and I told them that. I said, I don't normally have high blood pressure. This isn't like, why would this be happening? They just kind of brushed it off as nothing, as high blood pressure. You had a one-time incident, whatever caused it, whatever. Go home. But I wasn't better, and in fact, I just got worse. Like I couldn't. We went to a flea market, and I couldn't walk like more than like 5 minutes. Um, and then I guess it just finally came to a halt when I was just like, I gotta keep going to the doctor. And I did. I just kept going. And I kept going. And I was just laying on the couch sick, saying to myself, I'm going to die. Like, I think I'm dying. Like, I literally think I'm dying. I'm laying there and I'm so sick. I can't even get out off the couch. And I'm like, I told my husband, I said, I never said this to you before, but I am scared because I don't know what is going on with me and something is wrong. And they're telling me I'm fine. After millions of vials of blood and um 6 months of doctors and ER visits and just pushing and pushing, and it only took me 6 months because I kept going. I didn't stop. Most people just kind of stop for a while because they just start giving up. Me, I didn't give up. I kept going. That's the only reason why I was so quickly to discover it. The last doctor I'm in a practice, so I have the opportunity to have different doctors and different opinions, so that's good. So I asked for my actual primary. Well, he was actually my primary at the time. The last doctor I asked for, I said, I want to speak to him. I said, he's always helped me in the past. I want to talk to this doctor. This is the last doctor I wanted him to see. He went through everything, everything. For the last 6 months, my whole life, went through all my records, and said, you have CFS. And I'm like, what is chronic fatigue syndrome? I've never even heard of it before. So he explained to me. He goes, a lot of people think it's in your head, but it's not. He goes, let me tell you, it's a physical illness, and every symptom you have lines up with it. And I'm like thinking to myself, so you're telling me I'm freaking crazy? Like I took it as an insult, but he's like, no, 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 no. You have it, and you're not crazy, and it's not in your head. You do have this illness. Um, and he explained to me everything. He goes, he explained to me how autoimmune systems, how autoimmune, because at first they thought it was autoimmune disorder or disease or whatever, and they just kind of brushed it off as that, but I never knew what it was. So they're like, he's like, do you know how autoimmune diseases affect one part of your body? Say like, we're gonna use like diabetes for example, which is an autoimmune disease. Diabetes affects your glucose, right? Okay, and then you have stuff like lupus, or I should say, maybe not lupus. I'm not gonna use lupus. Lupus is kind of more widespread, but we're gonna use like thyroid, like a thyroid disease. That's considered hypo or not hypo autoimmune disease that affects your thyroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different autoimmune diseases that affect different parts of your body, like, like asthma. will affect your lungs. You know, like they're all like different parts of your body. CFS is like an autoimmune disease. It acts the same way, gives the same kind of symptoms, except it affects your entire body. Because what's happening is that you are going to sleep, but you're not ever in an REM sleep, he's saying, or at least you're not all the time. So when you wake up, you feel like you haven't slept in days. And yes, that's exactly how I was feeling. I was like, yeah, like that's weird. Like, cause I was like, why? Because you need to go back on your Ambien, first of all. That might help a little bit. He goes, you're not a stimulant already for your ADHD. That should help too. He's like, we just need to manage the pain. At first, the pain wasn't bad. At first, it was dealable. So I was like, okay, it was just really the fatigue, the energy, and stuff like that. So I took a short term. I qualified for short term disability, so I went on that right away. I was like, I can't. I know I can't work. After I took the short term, I started to get worse. Like I started feeling the pain, like the headaches. I mean, oh, freaking unreal. Like it started to get so bad, I started wanting to throw up. Like the pain was so bad. Like all my symptoms started coming back. Like after I had the flu. After I had the flu, like in the winter time, was when like, well, not even winter. It was like almost fall winter time ish. Like after September was like November or December. I had the flu, and then I went back to my doctor when the symptoms started to flare up again. I said, listen, they're back, and I don't know what to do with them. But not all of them are back. So they said that the virus actually triggered it, but I've had it. It's just made it like flare up. And I started getting worse. So I started looking into permanent disability because I knew I probably was never going to work again. At the same time, I'm calling my doctor every couple of weeks like I'm supposed to because we can't do visits yet. And he's prescribing me different medications for pain, and so far nothing has really actually helped. I'm hoping this medication he gave me helps. And it's really been just Russian roulette with medications right now. And it hasn't been fun for me, either me or him. And I'm pretty sure he's going to have to refer me to a pain specialist, which is going to suck really bad. And it's horrible, but I have to plan everything around my CFS, okay? So, like, I take my stimulant. My stimulant lasts maybe a couple hours because my CFS is so bad. And if I don't do what I have to do within those couple hours, like, you can forget it. Like, my whole day is just, it's done. It's worn out. It's done. I can't do anything else. I come home and I'm just passed out on the couch. It's absolutely horrible. Like, I can't do anything with my kids. I can do, like, basic care, but I can't, like, go out and play with them. I can't go bring them places, like, to the park or whatever. And that kind of sucks. But, some days I get so tired, like, today, like, I'm just, like, not waking up. Like, I used to see, like, I look completely different than I normally, like, a year ago. If you looked at me, I look totally different. I look now. Like, I aged a lot. My eyes are a lot darker. And I'm not wearing any makeup right now, too, so you probably could, I don't know, you can't really see it on the camera, but my eyes are, like, really darker than normal. My face is, like, just paler. I just look sicker. Like, it's horrible. People are always like, are you sure you're, like, okay? Because you look really sick. I'm like, no, I'm not okay, but it is what it is. There is no cure for CFS. And on top of that, exercise doesn't help. Change the diet doesn't help. People tell me to exercise more, change your diet. Like, none of that helps. I mean, first of all, exercise makes it worse. You definitely shouldn't be exercising unless you get the okay from your doctor. You can actually have heart issues because of that. Because CFS does cause heart issues and brain swelling, so exercise does not help. It makes the exertion worse, and it flares you up really bad. So I can't exercise anymore, which sucks. And then, like, to change the diet, a lot of people swear that I've changed my diet. It doesn't work. At least not for me. I don't know about anybody else. I have to, like, I started discovering a sensitivity with light, so now I have to keep my rooms very, very dark or dim, like these lights, like, right here, like, that's fine. But, like, if I put, my main light on, I can't. I can only be on for a couple minutes, and I gotta shut that shit off, because it just, I don't even know. It's just, like, goes right through me, like, it's, like, nails on the chalkboard for me. Sound so far is okay with me. I haven't had any sensitivity with sound yet. Um, but that's really it. Like, it's bad. Like, people are like, okay, you can't just work. It's a spectrum condition. So basically, like, there's people out there who can work, people out there who are like me, who are kind of like can't work, but are still able to do most of my tasks during the day, but still, like, it kind of like it's like a roll of a dice. Like, sometimes I can do everything, sometimes I can't do nothing, but I'm not bad. And there's some people who are literally bedridden every day or feeding through tubes. That's like the direction that I am going. I'm not going this direction. I'm going this direction, which is bad because I know it's gotten worse because I feel it getting worse. I felt it getting worse. Um, so I'm going to use this to literally document all my time with CFS. So when I have flare-ups, I want to record it. I want to have documents of everything. So when I go to if I have to go to a different doctor, I can at least show them all this stuff. I'm probably gonna merge this into one video and send it out online. But right now, I'm not going to do that. Because I want to show the doctors the flare ups and stuff like that. This is just explaining to you guys what CFS is. And I'm kind of starting to run out of energy, so I'm gonna stop here. But anyways, we'll see how this goes, and hopefully I can start getting the help that I need and the medication I need, and I can go on my life.